Ah, greetings, traveler. It does not look too friendly out there. Please come in out of the cold. You are more than welcome to enter my humble abode and share the fire with me. Brothers, I got a confession to make. I got triggered again today and I am in a foul mood. Yes, the exile is out of his cage and he is going to rant. Maybe this is what the Mayans predicted. Not an asteroid or a solar flare, but the end of what we are. We no longer cherish life or the other people, or even the earth, or the animals, or the resources put on it. War, genocide, abuse, senseless mass murder, animal cruelty, gluttony, greed, waste, and lust. Look around you. The end of the world is already here. I read a lot of science fiction, and I was always fascinated with the idea of utopia. And you read about these situations where the great majority of people are happy and things are peaceful, kick back, spark up that blunt and pass it around. It's a party every day. Well, hell yeah, who wouldn't want that? But usually you never know what was the trigger event that caused a reset from what you considered civilization before. That the exact type of utopia is unimportant. Fictional, theoretical, it doesn't matter. You think about it. What was the trigger event? You almost never know. But we do know there was something. So now here we are in the present day. And you wonder, how did things get so bad? Ludwig von Mises, who is a great economist and I would call a philosopher of finance and of human nature. Yes, you need to look him up because he speaks truth to power. He said, There is no more dangerous menace to civilization than a government of incompetent, corrupt, or vile men. And as I enjoy my green tea with a triple shot of aged tequila, I'm trying to calm down, but I tell you, I snapped like a dry twig today, figuratively. I was doing my usual pattern. I'm listening to YouTube and, getting my daily dose of red pills. And I slip over to Facebook, break time, to see what's going on with my hippie friends. One of the good ones, he posted in one group where the messages are overwhelmingly positive all the time. And I remember reading his message, and a woman answered him, and her answer included the phrase, "Testosterone is poison." It was shocking to read. I stopped, and I couldn't even read anymore. I turned off Facebook, and after break I went back to work. But the more I thought about it, the madder I got. And yeah, that is a good phrase. Good. Let the butt hurt flow through you. And yes, that I did like the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, because he's the master chess player. He's been moving pieces on both sides of the board from way back in the day. So it's like, yeah, he's the man. But I know that this phrase is especially appropriate because you can't let it sit inside you and fester. Yes, just as in the Dune books, Muad'Dib, when he was just the Duke's son, was taught Bene Gesserit techniques, and one of them is to let, I believe it's fear, don't try to suppress the fear. No, let it show up, let it flow through you and leave you, and there you are, unaffected, because now it's gone and you can handle your business. And I really tried, but it seems like the more I thought about it, the madder I got. So, next break, I started doing posts on Facebook, and exactly what I said isn't all that important. But I remember I posted something, and some man said something about sentence structure and thought it was funny. And I posted back, being called poison, and in fact, saying I'm displaying toxic masculinity, not because of any action, but just because I'm a male and I'm alive. Yeah. That's what hurt. And now we know, once you apply red pill wisdom to today's political situation, Yes, all this stuff is going on. But when you look behind the curtain, yeah, there are all these conflicts going on. White versus black, straight versus gay, rich versus poor, and especially man versus woman. Now, as I have said before, you know, I intellectually understand that it's not like, all a deliberate program. It's female nature that drives a lot of their behavior. But now, not only is female nature unchecked, but all they have to do is cry to daddy government and the pimp hand of the state is knocking your teeth out. And if you complain, then you get a boot in the ass. With this shaming language and telling you have to man up. There was a case where this was well before my awakening. I read about this guy. He got divorced, and between child support and alimony, the numbers worked out to like over 100% of his income. And of course, this poor guy says, "Wait a minute, I don't even make that much money." The judge says, "Get another job." No sympathy. It's just, nope. Your nuts are in the bear trap. So have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up, earn that paper and hand it over, or you will be in jail. Which reminds me of the latest act of woman-influenced, state-sponsored terrorism against the individual and their rights. Yeah. So, someone posted on Facebook this morning, Washington State. There's a fella, rolls up on his wife, in a car, with another guy. I don't know if they were doing the nasty, but it was like, "What are you doing with this fool? You're married to me." Harsh words were said. There was no physical intervention at all. She dropped a dime on him, and suddenly the SWAT team is at his house saying, "Okay, you got to give up your concealed carry permit and all your weapons, and we will review your case in a year." Just like that. There is no, "We're going to have a hearing and see what happened." No, it's just, nope. This person feels uncomfortable, so we're going to blatantly violate your rights, and you just need to shut up and take it, or we're going to do worse things to you. People have already been killed because of this law. It's like, oh, sure, the state can come in and just do whatever they want, and it's like, wait a minute. More guilty until proven innocent? But actually, it's not even guilty until it's just guilty, period. We don't care what you got to say. You're guilty. It's really a disgusting situation. And, you look at situations like this, this gal on Facebook, I've got over 1,300 friends, and of course I can't know all of them in person. I was like, this woman doesn't know me from Adam. And she's talking shit to my friend. Now, you're probably saying, wait a minute. Talk shit to your friend? She didn't say this to you? Well, no. But, let me add a little extra here. You know how it is now. As I said in the other video, you say a remark that anybody says makes them feel uncomfortable. They're passing by, they only hear 2 or 3 words. They're uncomfortable, and it's your ass being handed to you by the state. It's like, bitch, it's none of your fucking business. What are you doing up in my shit? You hurt my feelings. And especially if you are a man who's been divorce raped, you know this statement is true. Laws only apply to the ruled. But which reminds me, I've been I haven't read any because I don't care. But the new socialist person in Congress, what the young lady, crap. See, this is what happens when you're old. I forgot what I was gonna say about her. Like she showed her ass and got away with it again. It was like, makes you wonder, how can so much ignorance fit into a small body? Oh, yes, that, okay. Oh, it came back. So, back in the day, way back in the day of the Roman Senate. Now, you know that the Roman Senate was actually, like a good old boys club. All the richest people in Rome more or less took turns running the republic as a hobby. And of course, they had their issues, Now, there were 2 Punic Wars. The first one was sort of a minor Roman victory. The second, Carthage could have whooped Rome's ass, but the people at home, didn't give Hannibal the support he needed. So eventually, he goes back home, but Carthage is still there. And it's like, hey, we're Rome. The Mediterranean is our lake. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge. And even though Carthage had calmed down and wasn't bothering them, there were people still saying, we gotta whoop their ass. There was a senator in the lead up to the Third Punic War who started every one of his speeches with, Carthage must be destroyed. So I was just thinking, this is just a quick side rant. I was just thinking if I was newly minted to Congress, I'd begin every speech with, Hillary must be in prison. See how that goes over. One of the advantages that you have if you're a little shy and introverted is that you watch much more than you speak. So you discover, when you're paying attention, everyone is my teacher. Some I seek, some I subconsciously attract, which in fact happened to me today. I ran into a fella at the dollar store. I talked myself out of getting fast food and buying more food, at a cheaper price that I could just come home, throw in the microwave, and, I spent more money, but now I've got meals for days instead of just one meal of not healthy food. And this fella, he's a former Navy SEAL, and he does firearms training. And I told him, wow, you're a guy I want to talk to, because where I live, it's a constitutional carry state. But I want to be a responsible owner. I mean, I know that this isn't the Wild West out here, and I'm not carrying as a phallic substitute. I'm carrying because I have the right to, and just in case the shit goes down, I will. Well, not run, but I'll walk towards the sound of the guns to protect the people around me. So, sorry about that. So, I was saying, everyone's my teacher. Often I learn simply by observing others. Some may be completely unaware that I'm learning from them, yet I bow deeply in gratitude. And I know it's hard to say, but I am bowing in gratitude to this unknown female. And now you're probably saying, geez, he's off the rails again. He says he's bowing in gratitude, but he was triggered. I said, well, I'm following some advice that TFM gave. Said, if you are gonna deal with SJW bullshit, you need to out crazy them. So, yeah. You offended me by implying that just because I'm a male and I'm breathing air, that my testosterone is poison. Fuck you. If I got up on a soapbox and said, every woman I see is obviously planning estrogen-fueled emotional extortion, people would be whooping my ass and stringing me up off the fence or the lamppost. Because you can't insult the matriarchy. No! So, it's a reminder that, like everyone, your process of self-actualization is a continual one. And I don't like being triggered because it makes me grouchy, and I'll lose my temper around people when I don't need to. And it's like it's not a good look. If I'm in a mood like that now, I would rather just withdraw. And for a long time, if I was really mad, I would not say a word. I mean, you would think my mouth was super glued shut because you didn't hear shit from me. Because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings by saying the wrong thing. And that's what I would do by instinct. So I learned, hey, keep your mouth shut. So, I'm trying to correlate this. I mean, this is taking the whole day. Because it happened what time is it? Almost 12 hours ago. But I was ranting to selected people, that know me. And I told them, I'm going to go home and I'm going to rant on video because I know I'm going to feel better. So, looking, I was at work because I have a copy of my picture collection on my phone. Then I figured, man, I will channel some of this red pill rage and do a little setting up so I can do this a little quicker when I get home. And this came to me, that before you ask why someone hates you, ask yourself why you give a fuck. I saw this picture on my phone, and it did make me throw it into neutral and think about why. I said, well, people don't always want to admit this, but everyone seeks validation. Even someone pursuing a path of radical self-actualization. It's a human nature to enjoy receiving praise from someone, even for the smallest thing. And sometimes it's someone giving you praise for the small things that have the biggest impact. So when you get a negative reaction, of course, instinctually, you're going to say, oh, man, but I want everybody to like me. I used to try to buy friendship back in the day, hang around it. I was always the one with the deep pockets, and people would take advantage of me. I still do that a little bit, but now I spend the money on I want and I share it with who I want. I just don't do it with everybody. Of course, having almost no friends, that's not too difficult, but you understand the principle. So, this woman did this post. I unfriended her immediately. And then the guy gave the snarky comment. I unfriended him too. And now you're probably saying, well, why don't you engage them and tell them what they're doing wrong? And it's like, well, it's kind of like a salmon swimming upstream. It's a constant struggle to distribute truth, especially when people aren't ready for it. And these days, here you are, the poor salmon, you've got that drive, and you've got to get to your destination. And the next thing you know, the bear's got you. Damn, you just became lunch. So, I don't politically rant on Facebook anymore because it's a waste of time. But I decided, it's not a sign of cowardice or weakness to decide not to engage with someone. Because if they respect you, you respect them. More importantly, if they disrespect you, still respect them. Do not allow the actions of others to decrease your good manners because you represent yourself, not others. That is why, I answered the guy and I told him, making fun of someone who been insulted by saying their mere presence is toxic. That's not funny. So I unfriended him too because I really don't need negative people in my life. I mean, someone who's seeking and is influenced, if you have enough awareness, you can see. But from what little I saw, there was no intent to engage. It was just insults and snark. So, fuck off. Piss off somebody else. Yeah, you got to me, but I'm purging. See, all that negative energy is still inside you, and you're infecting everybody else. But you're not infecting me anymore. Fuck you. I know it sounds harsh, but hard lesson I learned. I learned being nice all the time will get you nowhere. sometimes you have to be cold-hearted. And this may be cold-hearted to just cut people off like that, but I'm the one that has to live with myself. And I'm the one that decides how I'm going to spend my time. Do I really want to spend my time arguing with people who not only are being extremely disrespectful, but don't even care? Or they think it's a joke. My life and my sanity are not a joke. So I decided, I have to get my shit together. And, yeah. You look and you can see. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. Don't have to deal with that shit. I mean, if you want to, if it's someone that means something to you, or someone you feel an affinity for and you're trying to keep them on the right path, well, no problem. But, I have so much going on in my head and I don't have time to do what I want to do as it is. I'm not going to waste my time messing around with you juvenile delinquent pieces of shit. So, the journey to self-actualization and enlightenment, it's a constant process, and I did get a reminder of that today. So, I'm making changes in my life. So if you don't hear from me, you're one of them. You've been kicked to the curb, bitch. Go fuck with somebody else. And I know I tried not to repeat pictures, but this one, again, it sure helped me the last time I was triggered, and it helped this time too. Remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. And just like last time, this is what really helped me calm down. So, it's like, yes. It's like, I can still feel a little of that red pill rage, but it's not near as bad as it was before. So, I've already decided I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tequila-infused green tea. And I'm going to take a walk. And later on, I'm going to treat myself to a midnight breakfast, as I used to do back when I worked night shift. Just because I can. So, now, of course, the people that have triggered me, of course, they're not gonna see this video. I'm ranting and purging for you, so you know that, there is always a struggle, but someone with persistence, patience, and skill can overcome it. But just for you haters, I'm all out of fucks to give, but here's a rat's ass for you. Friend, I do apologize for subjecting you to this rant. But, it's part of a life of solitude and reflection. You have to do this because if you get stuck and you're trapped circling the drain from bullshit other people have thrown in your face, you can't advance. And not only do I want to advance, I want to lift the spirituality of everyone around me. And I know if I don't have my shit together, I can't do that. But that's why I'm here. So, my friend, as you continue on your journey, I know you wonder how I can say it, but yes, I still say some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet.